Hi guys, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. In this episode we've basically finished digging out the area that we started in the last episode. So this is the base so far. A couple of other things that I did was I just tiled across the bottom here to neaten up. I don't think they can quite reach these areas at the moment, but they'll get completed in due course. What I've done is mined out all the algae that was down here and blocked that area off again. I've set up this storage compactor here next to our algae terrarium things, whatever they're called. And this is filtered, so this only fills up with algae, and algae gets stored nowhere else. So that's what we've got at the moment. In total, it's 2,004 or just under 2,500 kilogram of algae. It's not such a tiny amount. However, it's not enough to keep us going for very long. Basically, the situation we're in here is procedurally generated, as you could probably guess. I don't think I actually said that, but it is. Each world spawns differently, and this particular one doesn't seem to have much algae in it. That's what we've been using for oxygen generation. That's not our only oxygen generation method, though. We've got some other options, so let's go into our research and have a look what we've got. While they were digging, I did actually research liquid pipes, and then I started them off on sanitation sciences because it's going to allow us to have like a shower and a hand sanitizer and all that kind of stuff, which will be useful. So yeah, our options for oxygen generation are, we've got this thing here, electrolyzer. Basically, we can pump fresh water into it, and it turns that fresh water into oxygen. Also, I believe releases hydrogen gas, so we can use that in a hydrogen generator later on, which we've got just here. There's another thing, I don't know if I can find it. I've not actually made it, I just kind of know about it. There's a way that we can harvest that slime stuff. Where is it? Gas valve, refrigerator. I can't see where it is right now, and I'm not 100% sure that it exists actually, but I heard about it. That you can, there's some way of changing the slime into algae as well. That's what I heard anyway. So that's potentially something else we can look at. I can't see it right now, but I'm going to believe that it exists somewhere. Anyway, I think before long we're going to have to look at an electrolyzer, so I'm probably going to select that as my next piece of research after the showers and stuff like that. We're going to need a supercomputer before we can finish that research off. However, I don't want to rush into that too much. We've got some algae, and there is some more we can kind of climb up to if necessary. We could build a ladder up here and harvest this stuff. So we've got options at the moment. What I want to do is expand this a little bit more and sort out kind of basically a living quarters. That's the plan. So I'm going to want to select some tile, and I want to bring tile across from there, kind of like that. I think would be a decent distance. Actually, I'm going to go one back because I don't really want one wall in between that and that. So we'll do that there. That would work out nicely. And so then I'm going to want to dig out this area. I think we'll do it in the same kind. We'll kind of mirror that side. I think that's what we'll do. And then I could put tiles up the side there like that. Tiles. That's digging. That's not tiles. Put tiles like that. We need to put the ladder up more as well, so they've actually got a means to get up there. And then across the top we'll do like a similar thing. We'll in fact we'll do tile across the bottom here as well, like that. Just gone one too far. Deconstruct there. Let's put tile up there like that. That's not right. Colouring outside the lines, that's not good. Right, we can dig that out. It's going to give us some copper as well, which is good. We're going to need some more storage soon, so before I forget, let's put a storage unit down there. And the other thing we're going to need to do, which I've just remembered, is we're going to need, and we'll sort this out in a second, down here, because this is kind of like the pits. It's almost like, no one's expected to live or work down here. We're going to need a storage compactor that's specifically going to basically hold fertilizer, essentially stuff from the toilet and things, because you can see one of these is bubbling at the moment, and the reason it's doing that is because it's got like contaminated soil in it. Is that here? No. It's in there somewhere. I'll figure that out in a minute because we haven't actually got the other storage unit built yet. Actually saying that we have. Okay. We'll sort that out shortly. Let's finish this off first. Right. I'm going to want to dig this area out like that. I'm going to want to go tile up the sides and then eventually tile across the ceiling if we can actually get up there. Like that. Okay, then it gives us, once that's all finished, that gives us kind of this nice enclosed base area here. And we can put some living quarters and things like that in. And I think that will work quite nicely. So we'll leave them go in at that for a minute. Our oxygen generation's okay. Our algae levels are not going down too quickly, to be honest. So I'm not panicking about that yet. What I want to find out is what we can store. Where is it? Cultivatable soil. No. Organic. Here we go, yep. Contaminated dirt and fertilizer. We want those stored separately. That'll be fine. And let's go on to these and select all except for contaminated dirt and fertilizer. We don't want these being stored up here in this because it's just going to make it a problem. So let's turn that off. Do the same thing on this one. To be honest, basically turn off organic materials on them. That actually does it, doesn't it? So organic is off on these things. These don't hold organic material anymore. That's the plan. And I think that they'll potentially move the stuff and put it down stairs. I hope anyway. I don't know how we're going to get it out of there unless it does that. We can use that to make fertilizer and things later on. So that's cool. Okay. Right. What have we got going on research-wise? There is none there. They've finished it. So let's get this stuff on the go. Let's get that stuff going. Okay. And to be honest, at this point, I think we're okay to speed things up a little bit. I've got a feeling that before we get this extra technology unlocked, we're going to run out of algae. So I think what I'm going to do is set up kind of a dig up here. And I'm not going to set the priority on it particularly high. But what I am going to do, let's do it like that. What I'm going to do is send a ladder up into the top of the base. Not top of the base. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Deconstruct. Okay. Right. We're going to send a ladder up here like this because there's algae up here that we can get. Okay, so what we can do now is dig that out. Dig that, dig that, dig that, dig that. And that should give us... We're going to need to dig out like that as well. That gives us a bit more algae. So I'm not going to prioritise that particularly high or anything. It's just going to get done in due course. But it's going to mean that we've got some means of at least getting a bit more oxygen generation when we start to run out of it. This is starting to contaminate my water, so I could actually do with getting that swept up. Some fertilisers dropped into the bottom there. Prioritise it as well, actually, because it's going to cause contaminated water, and we don't want that. It's going to cause us problems. That's our main water source at the moment, so get that for me. And I'm pretty sure they're just going to store it directly down here rather than putting it up there. Has that been moved out of there? No, that's still... I don't know what to do with that. Because we've turned it off, but it's almost like it's too late. I don't think there's anything we can do with it. By the way, just so you know, we've got another duplicant available here, but I'm not ready to take them yet. In fact, we could have a quick look and see if any of them are particularly good. Flatulent, small blood. None of these are particularly excellent, so let's reject them because then we'll get another chance at some more when it resets. Okay. But you don't have to take the duplicants, and I feel like at the moment, with our current level of oxygen generation and stuff like that, I don't really want to be making any more than we have to. Okay, looks like everyone's working nicely here and keeping the place tidy. Let's have a look at people's vitals. They're doing okay. We've got this guy who's not particularly happy. He's got a sore back, but we can do something about that, actually. We can put down a massage table at some point. I think it's time, though, to get the supercomputer thing built, because we can't do any more research after he's finished until this is built. So we'll set that down and just let him get on with it. I'm going to speed things up a bit and get back to you. What's that? That's fine, right. We'll set it to speed, and I will be back when they've accomplished a bit of what we've asked them to do. Okay, so I've just asked them to kind of finish off this little area first, because this is where we're going to be having like the sleeping quarters. Looks like the research is finished for now. So what we can do is set the... which one should we go for? Sanitation sciences first, I guess, because that's going to give us the options for a shower and stuff. So we'll set that to go, so we'll be able to start researching that. It says we've got a food shortage, but we have got someone working on it. So I'm not panicked about that yet. Although they are all looking relatively hungry. But yeah, like I say, they can pick up bits of food here and eat and stuff like that. So I think we're doing okay for that. I think we're doing okay. Right, let's speed things up again, because I want this area kind of sorted out. I think once they've finished eating, they should just get back to it. Just notice that we don't have a wire going to the supercomputer, so let's get that fixed to start with. There we go, right. I just want this little area here fixed is all, really. As soon as that's done, we'll be able to start putting beds and things in, which will be good. It'll definitely be a step forward for us. I'm not sure if I've kind of selected a big enough area here. I can put the beds pretty much directly next to each other, I think, because right, okay, that's done. What I want is a priority sweep here, because I don't want to be putting the beds down when there's loads of stuff on the floor. So they should jump to that pretty quickly now, because I set the priority to 9. I just want it done, basically. Just realised that we've run out of storage again. This is actually becoming a bit of a problem. Let's put some storage compactors there, like that. And I'm going to have to prioritise those as well, because otherwise they're not going to get built very quickly. Okay, there we go. And I can actually, while they're doing that, I'll start placing. Are these going to get finished? As soon as they're done, I can start, yeah. Select all except for organic. Same thing, all except organic. Perfect. Okay. Now that they've got those areas, they should just sweep this stuff up, which is cool. Right, what I'm going to do is... furniture, cot. This is what we want. So we want beds from sleeping, because their stress is going to go down a lot more. I think we've only got 4 duplicants, so we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, or we could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then kind of have another room over the top if we need it later. I think spreading them out by 1 is probably a good idea. Gives us options to put kind of air deodorizers in between later on if we need to. Tends to be an area for like toxic gas to kind of gather. Why, I don't really know, but it is. Let's have a look at the gas overlay quickly. Looks like we're doing all right. We've got a few bits and bobs, but that is what it is. It's always going to be like that. Yeah, there you go. It's pretty much done. Hopefully they'll build the beds. What time in the cycle are we? Right, we're coming towards the end of the day. If I prioritise those at the highest, they might be able to get them done before they go to sleep, which would be good. At least if we get a couple of them done. There we go, perfect. Okay, so it's going to be night soon, and they should each grab a cot now. Hopefully. Yeah, perfect. That is one for everyone, isn't it? I've only got 4 duplicants yet, and their stress levels now should go down quicker. So this guy was on like 14% before. That should start dropping now. Like, this guy will be back on 0 before the morning. He'll have gone down a fair bit. So, perfect. Everyone's sleeping soundly. So we've expanded the base a bit in this episode and got the bedroom sorted. We've got our supercomputer, and we've got... In fact, I didn't set that to go. That's the mistake I made. So we've not been doing research, but we did get some other stuff done. Right, in between times, I'll get this stuff dug out and kind of get the work that we've set off done. And in the next episode, I think we'll look at getting some sanitation stuff in, like a shower and stuff like that. I think that would be a good thing to do. Although, I think to do that, we are going to have to look at some plumbing stuff that maybe we don't have yet. Let's have a look, actually, quickly. No, we've got liquid pump and pipes and stuff. So, yeah, we shouldn't have a problem getting a shower set up in the next episode. Guys, if you're enjoying the series, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I've really been enjoying playing this game, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.